What's going on YouTube? Welcome back to another video. So guys, today the Drug Wars DLC released, and whenever there is a new DLC there's always new cars as well. So today we're gonna check out the Anis 300R. You can get it for almost 2.1 million on Legendary Motorsports, and maybe something that not a lot of people know yet, this is actually a Imani tech vehicle, so we're gonna upgrade it in the agency so that we can also get that lock-on jammer. For the customization of the car, I have to say it's pretty standard. So you don't have anything really new that they added with this DLC, at least for this car. So you have the front bumpers. There's not even an option for the rear bumper. You have the engine cover, which is also nice, I guess, but it's also not something that we haven't seen before. And to be honest, it's also not something that I use a lot. For the exhaust, also kind of the standard options that we see often. For the hood, the same. So you have the transparent hood, which is kind of new in GTA Online, but we have seen it on many cars before. Then the most important thing I think for this car is the Imani tech. So you have the remote control unit or the missile lock-on jammer. I think for most people the lock-on jammer is more interesting, especially if you still play a lot in public lobbies. But of course the remote control unit, it can also be fun, especially if you like to troll people in online. Now for the liveries, I was kind of disappointed because the armor plating of the doors, it blocks the livery. So it kind of looks ugly in this way. So I just went with no livery. By the way, also an option that you have, of course, because it's Imani tech, is the armor plating, which was one of the first options. Now about the lock-on jammer, I also have to say it used to be very good when everything was in public lobbies. But with the Criminal Enterprises DLC, they made almost everything available in private sessions as well. So I think a lot of people, they don't play in public at all anymore. But for the people that do, because sometimes public is just more fun, having a lock-on jammer, it's very good. Especially if you have a lot of jets and oppressor Mark IIs flying around, then it's actually a lifesaver. So for the primary color, I went with Racing Blue. I didn't go with Chameleon this time, although it also looks good. But I wanted to go with a regular color. So for the roof, you again have some basic options in the primary, secondary, and in carbon. For the skirts as well, I think these are the skirts that we see a lot on almost every car. For the spoiler, you can choose between a wing or a ducktail spoiler. Both of them, to be honest, look pretty good on this car. Again, you have the option in the three colors, so primary, secondary, and carbon, which is pretty standard. Now for the transmission and the turbo and the suspension, I just did the max for all of them. For the wheels, I went with gravel trap, which is under the track wheels, I think. And then just like I always do, I went with black rims because it often looks very good on a car. Afterwards, I also added, by the way, white pearlescent on the primary color. It gives it a nicer touch, especially if you're outside, I think. But for the rest, I would say a clean car. Nothing too special about it. It has a pretty nice sound. Again, nothing too special. It's not the standard sound, I think, that we always hear with many cars. It's a little different, but it's also not something crazy. The car itself, it handles pretty well. It drives nicely. I don't know what the top speed is yet because I haven't done any tests yet. And I also think nobody else has done any tests, so we will see about that later. For the armor, I tested it here with no one inside because I know when there is someone out inside the car, it will be different. But with no one inside, it was 2 RPG rockets, which is kind of low, I think, because I think the Omnis EGT with no one inside could take 5 RPG rockets. So that's actually quite a difference, but at least it won't explode immediately. So guys, that's pretty much it. So a new Imani tech vehicle, pretty nice looking car. Definitely go ahead and get it if you have the money. It's a new car, so that's always fun. Make sure to like, subscribe, check out the Discord in the description, and peace out, you guys.